It's a bull. Good afternoon. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. And it is really a lovely day out. God, it's always a lovely day here. But got the live pier up here in LBTS. And what's it, about 68 degrees right now? Looks like, of course, I know these are people from the Canada and the Northeast here because they don't have their, they got their bathing suits on. Most Floridians right now are wearing sweaters and jackets. Oh boy. Well, sorry about the late report today. A couple things going on here. I haven't really said anything to anyone, but I'm running for local city commissioner, and I had to do an interview this morning. No excuse why I couldn't get this video done earlier, but I was also a little muddy brain this morning. You ever had those mornings you wake up, you're just muddied brain? Muddy brain this week, though, or not this week, but muddy brain today. And trying to figure out what to talk about today. There's not much happening in markets across the board, and let's kind of move into that. I mean, gold and silver is up a little bit, kind of where I expected to be. I didn't think we were going to see anything drop much further. There's just been too much strength in it. However, you never know. Let me do a quick refresh here, and I think we're still at that same level. I'll just refresh that a little bit. No, we're at the 1800 level. Remember, the 200-day moving average was 1810, I think, when it comes to gold. I believe that this takedown in metals last week was primarily an effort to take down the price of silver, where it seems to have worked somewhat. It's dropped below that $23 mark. But let's take a look at the ranges here since last night, 1786. Since the markets opened last night, 1800. For all intents and purposes, we're hanging in that 1800 mark. Is it $1 under that, or a couple bucks under, a couple bucks over? We're near that 200-day moving average. So gold's really showing some good strength, popping back. Other assets are as well, and that's kind of a bit unnerving too, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Look at silver, 22.50 currently, low at 22.28, a high at 22.66. So we're in those 50-cent swings, which are completely healthy for the price of silver. I like 50-cent swings. It's not bad. It's a sign of a healthy market, and ultimately these swings are going to go up, so it's a good thing. And let's take a look at platinum, holding above that $1,000 mark, a low 1,009 and 1,023 the high, which we're sitting at the moment, other than being 10 cents off from that, as you can see. So, metals are performing kind of as I expected. I think that they keep trying to knock these prices down, and it's usually happening in the Globex markets in the evening. I mean, it's pretty clear to see that this is not physical capitulation, or that's pretty clear to see, but I don't think there's any large capitulation by the general investors out there. Maybe some hedge funds or managed money or something like that getting fooled into dumping their positions by the short positions, knocking these prices down, fat finger trading, whatever it may be. But again, I'm tired of talking about it, and it's going to be a quick video today too. Let's talk about what happened and where last night. Let me do a refresh. I probably did one in front of you already, but yep, there we go. The green line is today. That's last night's opening. And oddly enough, take a look at this. Not oddly enough, but look where the markets kind of close. Right there, New York Globex, and then the New York Globex opens again. And obviously, I believe this is where we saw the monkey hammering in the price of gold last night in the Globex markets. Why do I think gold is getting monkey hammered down? There's a couple monkey hammers for you. There's four. Because I believe that they won't be able to hold the price of silver down if gold continues to climb. I think that's dangerous. So knocking both metals down is advantageous if you're trying to cover that huge short position in silver that you have. Don't ask me the mechanisms of exactly how that works, but seemingly it appears to be true. Look, New York Globex markets thinly traded last night around midnight or something like that. Well, not quite midnight, before midnight, but look at that. Thinly traded markets right there, and the market gets knocked down. Who sells into that market? I'll tell you who, people that want to drive it downward. That's my opinion. Let's take a look at the silver price as well. And you all know, of course the market's rigged. Of course the game is rigged, but if you don't play, you can't win. And we know how they rig it, so we know you buy the dips in this situation. We're not in a bear market in precious metals. We've been in a long-term market since 2016 with precious metals. For a lot of the younger folks, they don't recognize a bear market that lasts that long and moves that slow. They're used to crypto markets, which are really just highly volatile casinos, in my opinion. But boy, I got to keep getting that in, don't I? So sorry about that, crypto folks. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing that game as long as you know how to make money at it. and it's a tough game to play. It looks like it. 24-hour spot silver prices, same thing last night. There's the close in between when Globex closed and Globex open, New York Globex open. Again, you can see that downward spiral into thinly traded markets last night before midnight, where they continued and kind of moved up. Interesting right there. So not quite sure what's going on out there. However, in my opinion, I feel confident. I'm not dumping any precious metals. I don't feel like a need to capitulate. Let's take a look at what's happening in the stock market too. Equity markets up as well. Look at that, all in the green. This is unnerving. Look, gold's in the green, crude's in the green, Bitcoin's in the green, the SP, Dow, and NASDAQ in the green. So kind of a strange little period. I'm kind of wondering what's happening here, what we're going to see for the rest of the week. You know, usually when it's acting like this, something drastic's going to happen here coming up. But let's take a look at Bitcoin market. I told you I'd keep this one really short today. So 38, kind of sideways mark, but still overall, I think the course over the last month is not too good, down 15% on Bitcoin prices. It's been hovering between that 32 and 38,000 per coin share. Very volatile, man. What a volatile place, what a volatile casino that is, that's for darn sure. And again, anyone that thinks I'm calling it a casino to make fun of it, I also think COMEX is a casino as well, or has become a casino. So I don't live in a glass house, folks, or a glass house. Let's take a look at this right here. I saw this in Seeking Alpha, and it's kind of, Michael wrote, kind of not memed in, but gave his opinion on gold. All right, what does it say? Revisiting the gold short. Gold remains overvalued with fundamentals starting to move against it. I'm not quite sure what he's looking at. I think he's just relying on that old, worn out, untrue narrative that higher rates, that the Fed jawboning or even raising rates is going to make a significant impact on the return of treasuries or the return of your debt based on artificial CPI numbers or the official numbers. So I'm not sure where Michael is thinking there. Hawkish Fed, higher expected real U.S. Treasury returns, a stronger U.S. dollar, equity market selling off and downshift to global support, shorting gold miners. I don't know where he sees a hawkish Fed. Everyone out there sees a Fed stuck in between a rock and a hard place. I mean, people that are really objectively looking at this. Higher expected real U.S. Treasury yields. What does that mean, sir? What does that mean, Mr. Rote? The higher expected real, how much higher? Even a 50 basis point rise in interest rates aren't going to be significant unless you really truly believe the CPI rates and the cost of living rates that we're seeing. So no, I disagree with that as well. I'm not quite sure where you're getting that from. Stronger U.S. dollar, stronger how? Stronger against other currencies, or you mean stronger in buying power? Because let me show you something here, Mr. Rote. If you're calling a stronger dollar, define what you think a stronger dollar is. A stronger dollar that they tell us is really against a basket of currencies where we're the last horse to the glue factory. But we are not a stronger dollar, and let me show you why we are not a stronger dollar. This is simple proof of it right here. Consumer Price Index for all consumers, purchasing power of the consumer dollar in the U.S. average city, Mr. Rote, goes from here when the Fed took over to here, an ever declining chart. We will never, ever see this line go upwards, sir. That's just not going to happen. And so I'm not quite sure when you say more, a stronger dollar. A stronger dollar is a bullshit narrative. It just simply means that, again, the dollar's stronger against other race horses racing to the glue factory, if you get that, okay? And a downshift in global growth of all supporting short gold miners. Don't know about gold miners, not going to talk about them, not my specialty. Although gold has caught a safe haven bid for now, it's not a safe haven asset in the environment due to the break-even inflation expectations being higher than the nominal U.S. Break even. Where do you get break even? I mean, you must, Mr. Rote must really trust the official figures of inflation out there. I think Peter Schiff was talking about the other day, if they used the same CPI in 1970s and 80s that they use now, we'd be looking at a 15% inflation rate more than likely. And you got to think, even back then, they hedged the CPI rates back then. So probably even higher, folks. Will this come down? Most likely, but break even? I don't think so. I don't think that treasuries or bonds or treasuries, are ever going to catch up or break even. I doubt that they ever have in the past as much as well, even when they raised interest rates to 20%. I bet you we were much higher than that as far as inflation goes, and that's saying something. Let's see what else here. Okay, he's talking about shorting gold sector and all that stuff, and he also talks about a few other things I'm not going to get into here, but his logic is based on official numbers, official CPI numbers. That's what his logic is based on. And if he's basing his logic on that the CPI numbers, the official CPI numbers are correct, then his whole plan is completely unwound and incorrect. My opinion, again, well-intentioned man, I'm sure, but I have to disagree 100%. And he looks like he's getting caught up in the official narrative. That's what I see with so many of these people. They're caught up in the official narrative. It's kind of a shame. They're not reading between the lines, and that's something we talk about often. Not too much to talk about in Zero Hedge today. So I'm going to kind of talk about product premiums real quick before I start getting into anything here. And what's going on with product premiums? Well, anyways, maybe I will talk about DH. Let's take a look here and see if there's anything. Atlanta Fed president pours gasoline on fires. Look, jawboning. This is what I talked about, jawboning. Do you think this gentleman just brought up a 50 basis point hike comment out of the blue without the other board members agreeing with it and telling him to probably do it? No, not at all. This is jawboning, folks. This is what the Fed has been doing for a long time. Will they raise rates? I think they have to at this point. Will it make a significant difference in the real return? No frickin' way. Not a 50 basis point hike, not a 100 basis point hike, none of it. No. That's kind of a weird thing going on right there, getting into politics. I'm not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about the, hang on, what is Mr. Sprout talking about? Ask the expert. Oh, okay, I'll skip that today. I'll skip asking the experts. All right, let's just move along here. I want to talk about product prices too, what's out there, and let me just see if there's products out here in the Wall Street ape world. Let's see what the apes are buying. And apes are, boy, that's a secretive ape. He's in a shed somewhere. Let's take a look. Got some gold coins, some silver coins. Very, very cool. What's the best deals out there right now? I still say it's generic products, folks. As you know, I advertise to be APMEX, JM Bullion, SD Bullion for my local customers here in South Florida. If you don't live in South Florida and you can't deal with me, I urge you to find a good local dealer. Not that APMEX, JM, or SD are bad or anything like that. It's just that, keep that money local if you can. It's really important. It circulates back in your community. When my locals spend money with me, I spend it back in the community, and I have local employees that do the same. So long-windedly, keep it local. So best deals out there in silver are still going to be, and let me move down the page as I'm talking, and silver are still going to be generic. 1s, 10s, and 100s are the best deals. 100-ounce silver bars, for those that want to buy larger increments, are the best deal out there. Maybe spot plus 3 or 3 1/4. 10-ounce bars are in that 325, 350 range over spot, and ones being closer to 350 to 375 over in smaller quantities. If you're buying 500 or 1,000, of course, you can get them cheaper. So I'm recommending you stick with generic products. Stay away from Silver Eagle, still overpriced in my opinion. Even the other products are a bit overpriced, maples and those things. As pretty as they are, spend the money on more silver, not more premium. Gold, same way. Gold bars have come down in price a little bit, about $5 per ounce. You can get them a little cheaper than you have. Good deal on that. I have plenty of product here. Unlike many people across the country, I'm not suffering any shortages on any product, nor have I in the past. I've been in this business since 1977. I'm a second generation, so I do have good sources and good prices. And again, any good local dealer in your area should have the same. Should be able to beat these big online guys for sure. Gold bars, I'm saying that's the best deal. These are pretty, but man, the premiums are probably at least $4.25 or more. I'd rather see you get generics at $3.50, $3.75 over, and again, get the extra silver or put the money in your pocket and then pay too much of a premium. But they are beautiful, I gotta admit that. I'm not sure what these are worth, but just regular bars, 3 spot plus $3.75 unless it's a collectible. Don't buy 90% silver either. It's just overpriced still, folks, just like Silver Eagles. Again, I was talking about gold. Gold Eagles too. I still think Gold Eagles are a little bit pricey. They've come down in price from where they were. They're as much as 200 over, and now they're in that 100 to 115 range, depending on the quantity that you're buying. But bars are still cheaper, and I've got a great deal on Krugerrands. I can beat the pants off of anybody on Krugerrands right now, Atmex, JM, or SD. So if you want Krugerrands, let me know. I can definitely beat those guys by a decent amount, not by $1 or $2 either. Again, I can't tell you if your local dealer can do that. I just happen to buy a nice deal of them at a decent price. Well, I think that's it, folks. I'm going to keep this kind of show fairly short. As you know, I'm on GETTR now. You can catch me there. We're probably going to go on some other platforms like Twitter and some other places too, just to kind of expand our reach out there to our local community. Let's take a look at what's going on with yesterday's video, or Friday's video. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and I'm going to answer a few questions here. Wayne says, dollar could be strong because other fiat is getting weak. Best fiat on the planet as of right now. I would have to say that again. My opinion, Wayne, is when people talk about dollar strength, I'm going to take a sip here. And by the way, it's not coffee. I'm actually drinking green tea. Sorry to disappoint you there, Joey. I can't drink coffee too late in the afternoon. I won't sleep tonight. So dollar could be, yeah, that's true. Again, we're the last horse to the glue factory when it comes to the dollar, other currencies. I believe that's true. I'm not quite sure what that is. I've heard someone say the dollar index is an index based on a basket of currencies, so M2 goes up, but so does everyone else's currency because they're easing as well. So basically, we are the best of the worst currencies. That's true. The dollar index is based on a basket of currencies, as far as I understand. So thanks for pointing that out, Paul. I really appreciate it. And I got to agree with you as well. We are the last horse to the glue factory. Thanks for commenting. Yeah, that's true. Chris, are you getting drunk on my shows by how many times I say monkey hammer? There goes another shot. You should be on the floor by now. So, Johnny Walker Blue, good to you, my friend. You're gonna drink whiskey or scotch. Drink the good stuff. Thanks for watching. Should run up silver to kill the bowfish shorts. You know, I don't know. I've been kind of conversing with Ted Butler via email, and apparently, you know, they do have to cover this short position. I don't know the details, and they did sell that silver. So Bank of America, again, according to Ted Butler, is not sitting with that silver in hand. They sold that stuff off. Same thing with gold, and that's more than likely why we seen depressed prices last year. BOFA sold off like a year's worth of mine supply into the market, probably, I'm not sure over a course of time or overnight, but they did it in 2021, and we wonder why the price of gold and silver was down. Look how much money they dumped into the market, folks. What the hell is going on? What kind of manipulative, weird stuff is going on here? Thanks for watching. Appreciate the comment. Donald says, may have some changes in my, may not have been actual increases. They move stuff around. Yep, that's true. In my, yeah, M1, 2, 3, that's for sure. Not sure about the M3, but may not have been actual increases. Yeah, they do move stuff around. That's absolutely true, Mr. McDonald. They do, other currencies make our dollar look strong, but again, are you buying more with that dollar? Absolutely not. Are they buying more with their pesos and wands? Absolutely not. It's a race to the glue factory, and we just happen to be the last horse to get there. And being last in this case is a good thing. All the official data is BS. We know that. We know this. Good comment by 700 Nitro Express. Can't argue with that. And if you want to read the whole comment here, just hit the pause button, and I'll take a sip of tea while you're hitting the pause button too. Let's see here. Hey Lou, what's up? And I agree with you as well. And let's see. Make a lie so big and tell it enough, and they will believe it. I agree with you there. And yeah. Yeah, what are they supposed to? You know, the people in the CME, they know individually. You don't blame the workers, the people in the building, but you sure wish there'd be some whistleblowers there. About time. And thanks for watching, Welco. I appreciate it. Your comments are always astute, and your questions as well. Celtic Knot says, I feel the collapse and illusion of Build Back Better, but I feel a pervasive generalization. Digital socialists say that 3 times fast, towards cryptos even more. They're trying to, but I think there's going to be a kickback on that, especially amongst the poor. The poor like their cash dollars. They like their bills in their pocket. And you know what? I can't blame them either. I'm on board with them for that. Linda says, buy the dip. I agree. Thank you, Linda. It's my opinion as well. Anonymous Andy says, if precious metals manipulated, should retail investors need to take advantage and drain the physical silver from the market? That's kind of what the Wall Street Silver Boys are all about there, the WSS Reddit group. You know, but you know, are we going to physically drain the silver? I'm telling you, they have a hard enough time coming up with it. BOFA will, if they haven't filled that position. I'm sure they've filled some of it. And the more that's taken off the market, whether it's an ounce or whether it's 10,000 ounces, it does contribute. Wayne Pratt, you keep saying 800,000. Yeah, Wayne, I do. I'm sorry about that, about their short position being 800,000 ounces. It's 800 million ounces. And it's not hard to say. Quit picking on me, dude. 800 million, yeah. It's just, God, for some reason, maybe it's just I'm getting into numbers when you say 800 million ounces. That's just unfathomable to me. Maybe my brain is just trying to self-correct that. But yeah, you're right. I kept saying 800,000. I still do. But yeah, 800 million ounces, it's a lot. Thanks for watching, Wayne, and I appreciate the slap in the head. FOMC is, yep, that's true. Thanks, Russell. Be careful buying ounce bars online. Yeah, I've seen that as well. And what Steven's talking about here is there are some companies out there that put 1 ounce and they do an avoirdupois, which is 28.15 grams, so you're not getting a real ounce. God, tell me, isn't that sleazy? And I'm sure Steven agrees. Thanks, Steven. Appreciate that. Another dip for sure. First time, thank you, from North Europe. Awesome. Long time listener, first time commenter. And I appreciate that. Thanks, Colin. Feel free to make comments more. If you got questions, don't hesitate to ask them here. If I don't answer them, I got a lot of good folks out here that think similarly like I do, and we're probably all on the same page. Thanks to Keisha. I appreciate that as well. Best advice I heard from Brian is question your own narrative. I believe that 100%. I do it all the time for the last few years. And let's see. Scrounge says, well, I was standing before the throne doing my business when you hit me with monkey hammers. Smashed by now comment. I laughed so hard, I choked, I coughed, and I damn near died. Oh, you got to clean up the bathroom as well. Man, don't listen to me while you're going to the bathroom, folks. Thanks, Scorch. I appreciate that. I didn't know I was that entertaining. Well, I guess I entertain myself well, don't I? Tune up, silver down. Metals in School says stay with you even with inflation. Hey, we're fine. Just hang on there, buddy. We're going to do fine with silver and gold. Suncoast Soraya, increase in dollars distributed out to come in as world reserve. Therefore, tenfold increase in dollars only fractionally felt here. Very good, strong point there. Is that the problem we have is if all these dollars come home to roost here. A lot of the currency and a lot of money is spread out all over the world. God, can you imagine if it just floods back to this country? We're in big trouble. That's a whole different topic, but thanks for bringing that up. Ooh, that's a fast bike. Heard that. Big thumbs up, thank you. And Suncoast, chart, yeah, we talked about charts. What if the data is manipulated, so charts are manipulated so that people will get false assumptions on charts? I don't know. It was a good conversation we had on Friday, worth watching. Thanks, Suncoast. I think about that myself. Michael, I'm having green tea today. A master manipulator spreads deception by mixing a small amount of truth with a large amount of lies and focuses on a small amount of truth, and that's what today's political, unfortunately it is. Here, and I just announced today that I'm running for a political office, Lauderdale By The Sea, Town Commission. Beautiful city, what I'm saying, little town. You know what? That's why I'm running. It's a beautiful little town, and this town's given me good stuff for 25 years, so I'm gonna give them back as much as I can. Dollar supply goes parabolic, yet it doesn't go down and becomes more scarce, yet the silver prices go down. The truth of smoke and stream, we unlawful. Yep, we're all on the same page with this manipulation, folks. Absolutely, can't argue with that. Turkey's about to fall, silver spike. What do you think? That's a tough one, Linda. I don't even know what to think as far as Turkey going about to fall, and I don't know. Maybe someone better will take his place. Man, short 800 million plus JPM, short 3.3. Yeah, nothing good's going to come from all this. And hey, I'd like to thank all of you folks for commenting. I always like to acknowledge all of you. I'm sorry if I bore some of you by going over each one, but I think you guys take the time to make those comments. I'll take the time to try to answer them. You know I always can't, but the bigger this, more subscribers I get, it looks like it's going to be a little tougher. But again, I thank all you guys, the original crew. Well, hey, that's it. And you know my meme for the year, my theme for the year is think for yourself, question authority, and most of all, question your own narrative. Is it your own indeed, or are you living someone else's narrative? Always question authority, and always question yourself as well. Hey, I think that's it. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in lovely Lauderdale by the Sea. Call me anytime between 10 and 4, Mondays through Fridays at 954-493-8811. Happy to help you out with any questions or answer or things that you need to know to make yourself a better precious metals buyer. And don't forget, I do rare coins and collectibles and paper money and other things too. If you don't live in my area, please put your questions and comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And usually the folks that other folks in the comment section answer questions too, and sometimes their answers are just as good as mine. So I'd like to thank all you folks for that too. Well, that's it. Have yourself a great day, and sorry about getting this report out so late. Talk to you soon. Bye.